Hi, so this is the December message from the meditation. It was quite a long meditation, so the message is going to be long, so feel free to do times two. And the main theme of December is going to be transformation and transitioning. So there's going to be lots of moments in December when we will be in doubt and we'll be asking questions and we'll be needing guidance. But all of that will be taken care of in December. So first I saw a purple button, and the purple button was on a cloth, and then I saw a sewing machine and I saw a seamstress, and she was trying to get a thread through the needle, and she did. And then instead of using the sewing machine, she picked up the cloth and then started to stitch with the needle and thread. So this goes to show that you are exercising patience. You're not taking the fast road. Basically, you're taking the slow road. It's going to be slow, but it's going to be intimate and it's going to be strong. So whatever you're building, whatever you're stitching, maybe you're reconnecting to some old friends or some older part of you, parts that you've cut away because of some situation, but now you're picking it up again and then you're restitching it, you're reconnecting. And you're doing it with patience, you're doing it slow, but you're doing it right. So patience is key in December. That's one part of it. And the color purple also has something to do with ancient ancestral energy. So maybe you might be getting in touch with your ancestors. That's also possible. And then the image moved to a water flowing down, and then the water kind of like bent into the street. The water flowed into a gutter, and then I heard the words, "You're creating a path where none was." You're creating a path where none was. That's not an easy feat, but you're doing it anyway. And then soon after, I saw someone getting off a boat, and then the boat didn't disappear or anything, just stood there, and they looked back and they were quite happy. So you might be leaving behind a custom road that you know, something familiar, you're leaving it behind and you're venturing out to find something new. Because soon after, I saw a scarecrow, and I also saw one of the Hindu gods, not the one with the elephant appearance. I think it's the head. But I saw an Hindu god, and it happened like this. First, I saw the scarecrow, and they had like golden bracelets, like around here, and here, and in here as well. And then they were just there because it's a scarecrow, does nothing. And then out of them came the Hindu god. And then in my head, I had the words Krishna. And I was like, okay, because I know that Krishna is a little bit bluish, but this one wasn't bluish. I'm not that well knowledge in the Hindu mythology, so if I'm wrong, please teach me in the comments, but don't attack me, okay? So that's what I saw. And then they came out, and then they sat. They did this yoga pose with their legs. This is their legs. And then multiple hands appear around them. So since at first the scarecrow appeared, means you're leaving behind an old empty shell. And your true self, or more of your spiritual self, is coming to the surface, and you're leaving behind old construct. And given the yoga position, I will say you're going to be grounded in the process, so you have nothing to fear that you're going to fall apart or you will not be able to balance it all. You're going to balance it all. You're going to be grounded, and you're going to gain. I think this might be connected to spiritual awakening. So some of you might be undergoing some spiritual awakening. Best of luck. Best of luck to you. Anyway, the next image that came afterwards was, first came a stream, and then beside the stream was like really rocky edges. Nothing was really how do you say it? Here, there was just rocky edges, so yes, not everything has been redefined and put into structure. So there are gonna be some sharp edges that needs to be filed down and need to be rebuilt, but you get in there one step after the other, one step after the other. And then the image switched to Galactus. Galactus as in the Fantastic Four movie. And then soon after I saw an opening mountain, and then I saw water, and then I saw a tower, and then I saw a goldsmith. So it happened like first Galactus, and then I heard the word hunger, like you to have a big appetite. Sorry. And then the water, the open mountain came, and then I saw the water, and they kind of like sink into the water, and it was quite deep. So they went on, and then they came across the bridge. Then the bridge appeared, kind of, and then the person worked over the bridge, and then they enter a castle. It looked like a castle on the outside, but once you're inside, it kind of felt more like a tower. And on the third floor, yes, on the third floor, I saw that people were like carrying heavy stuff. Like, I don't have the muscles for that, but they were carrying heavy stuff. And then someone was like hitting something into shape, like just like a goldsmith, So the message behind this particular image is basically you have a hunger to get to know yourself more, to find out more, either because of the spiritual awakening or either because of your new gain identity or new gain knowledge about yourself. You want to know more. So you're going to dive deep. You're going to let yourself be guided by that emotion, and you're going to dive deeper. And with your own strength, you're going to create something new, and you're going to transition to a new ground, because after that image with the goldsmith came a mountain part, and it was calm. It was new grounds, but it was calm. And then the image switched to a lighthouse and a rocky harbor as well. So you cannot really anchor any shape there, but you can still land. And the light tower that was standing there shows that even though with your new identity you are not yet sure how you're going to work things out, the light tower is going to guide whatever needs to reach you to get to you. Whatever needs to reach you is going to get to you. The light tower is going to show the way, and they're going to find you. So don't worry that your new abundance or whatever you're creating is not, the results are not going to find you. They're going to find you. So do not worry about that. Okay. And then it moved to a mountain again. We have lots of mountains. We have lots of self. The self is represented in this December reading a lot. We have the mountains, and then we have a train, and then we have a gate, and then we have a very tall figure, and a mountain spilling silver water. Now the image, well, the message behind this is basically, again, we're going up the mountain with the train. We're driving upwards, and we're going to come across new grounds again. There's going to be lots of newness in December. Please do not let that scare you away, okay? Embrace it, get to know it. The new can become familiar once you're open to it and get to know it, okay? I think I need a drink. Give me a minute. So, going up the mountain, and then this very tall beam. So basically, I have to say the way they were dressed, it was quite particular. So they had fabric pants on. I think it was in the color of brown. And then they had a shirt, and on top they had a pulunda, sleeveless vest, sleeveless sweater. I think that's how it's called. Yeah. Oh, they had that on, and they also had a hat, and they look quite fashionable, but it was like a little bit unusual to see. And they were walking upwards, and the mountain was spilling basically silver water. And silver water is, what was that? What was silver? Silver water connected to the moon, so it's very intuitive. And the figure, instead of like waiting down or maybe touch the water, they didn't. Instead, they went higher up to find the source of the water. And they did. They found the source, and the source was I would say it was a higher being. And they had their hands like this, and the water was pouring out from here. And the silver water basically means intuitive truth. You're gonna gain more emotional clarity, purity, and you're gonna get sacred guidance, as well as you're gonna heal part of yourself, and you're meeting your higher self. You're meeting your higher self, who is like giving you all of this guidance, causing all of the spiritual changes within you. You're meeting them. You are meeting them. So spiritual awakening looks like it for many of us, no? And then the next series of images that came along with it was a taxi, and then a feminine being, and then the mountain spilling dark waters. Not silver waters anymore, dark waters. So we got into the taxi, meaning you're going to set the destination. You're going to decide where and how far you're going to go. But someone is going to get you there. You have a guide who's walking with you or riding with you through this process. And then the feminine being appeared, and she was just leaning on the mountain. And as soon as she saw the taxi, she was giving them direction in which way to go. So yes, you set the direction. You have a guide that is like actively next to you, walking with you. But you also have guides who are going to pop up in between to tell you which direction is the best to take. If you take it, that's your choice. Free will exists. If you don't take it, that's also your choice. But in the meditation, you took it and you went to a certain direction and you went up the mountains. And this time the water was dark waters. So you're most likely letting go. You're releasing heavy emotions, shadow energy, all the old and rotting, decaying things that no longer serves you. You're letting it go. You're healing as a person. And at the end of it, the image that followed it was, I saw a feather headpiece, exactly. And then someone was dancing around a fire. And they were not alone. They were sitting there with people. And immediately the word that came to my mind was tribe. So after going through all that process, release that. After going through all that process, right, at the top of it, or at the end of it, you're gonna find your soul tribe. Your soul tribe. You're not gonna be alone. You're never alone, to be honest, because you have all your guides, your spiritual guides being with you actively. But you are finding your soul tribe who will be with you physically as well. So let yourself be guided by the change. Let yourself be guided by your emotions. You know where you want to go. You know what you want to learn. Let yourself be guided, because at the end of it, as long as you stay true to yourself, people. As long as you stay true to yourself, you're going to find a clean, don't want to say clean, you're going to find a divine connection with your higher self. The connection is going to be cleaned out. You're going to be connected to your divine self. You're going to be connected with your tribe, your soul tribe. And most of it all, you are going to be connected with you. All of it. All of you. So, best of luck. December is going to be very interesting and very fun. And allow these changes to happen, and stay true to yourself, and let go of all that no longer serves you. Please let go. It's okay. Undergoing spiritual changes can be a bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. But at the end of the day, you'll be happy that you went through it. So, again, best of luck. Bye.